Can you guys call this a YouTube studio or a content creation studio?
YouTube studio.
Sweet. Hey, it's Walter Van Dusen in Toronto, Canada with my friend Jack. Jack and I met at the Profusion Expo 3 years ago, I believe. And we are going to talk about audio. What I learned at Profusion Expo in 2022 with Andy from Sony is direct to hot shoe Sony audio going directly into Sony cameras without having to use this little red cord. So this gives you direct to camera digital audio. The Sony system has the ability to go up to 2 mics in combination of whatever you want. You can do 2 lavalier mics, or you can do an XLR mic to lavalier, or you can do a handheld to lavalier. So it can do 2 audio ends. Another thing that's good about the Sony system is it uses interchangeable batteries, AA batteries. So that was a huge thing that I wanted to bring with me to Toronto, is to show this is the only audio that goes directly into Sony through the hot shoe that you can use AA interchangeable batteries. So once these batteries are dead in this transmitter, I can change them. The thing that our fellow YouTuber Curtis Judd is telling companies is we need to be able to change out, either us change it or you change it, the batteries from your devices. So once the battery dies, this doesn't go into the landfill. I did hear on one of Curtis Judd's videos that the first company to jump on board his point of view, which I agree with, is Rode. Rode Wireless Pro was one of the first companies to have 32-bit float and timecode. This mic that I'm recording right here, this handheld mic, is the Rode Interviewer Pro with 32-bit float, and it can be timecode. I believe it could be timecode to the Rode Wireless Pro. The thing with Rode Wireless Pro, which knocks it out of contention in my favorite audio, is it needs one of these red cables or one of these cables to go into your audio in. I hope in 2025 that Rode jumps on the wagon or the bus or the bicycle, etc., is to have a direct to hot shoe adapter for Sony or Canon or Panasonic or etc. But right now it seems like Sony is on the lead for having direct to hot shoe adapters. So Rode credit is to have 32-bit float with timecode, Rode Wireless Pro. Second audio that came up with the direct to hot shoe adapter was the DJI Mic 2. They came out with the Mic 2, which also has 32-bit float. That makes this better for me because my voice is loud. DJI Mic 2, 32-bit float with the wireless direct to hot shoe. The company that became number 3, according to what I know or what I own, is Saramonic. Saramonic Ultra kicks it up a notch a little bit, or a lot bit, because it has 32-bit float and timecode. So the Saramonic Ultra is a timecode generator. Can put out timecode, which if you have these Tentacle or the Atomos or the DD timecode generators, you could use your Ultra as the home, or basically the base, and then the other timecodes could be the receivers. So the Saramonic Ultra has 32-bit float and timecode. They just released the Saramonic Sony camera adapter, which is what we are now recording to. That camera way back there is the FX3 with the Saramonic Ultra audio going directly into the Sony FX3. While we're recording to the Sony FX3, we're also recording to the Atomos Ninja Ultra. I can see the blinking happening. And that audio is being received from the new Saramonic camera adapter, which is pretty phenomenal. and it has timecode. So that camera over there where Jack is going to be, well, FX3 audio is from this mic being transmitted to that camera, which is FX3, through the Sony direct-to-hot shoe adapter. As we saw, Sony has that's the professional audio, which I really, really enjoy. I learned about it from Andy from Profusion Expo. Sony also has some other devices that can go directly into your hot shoe. This is not wireless. It just gives you much better audio than the onboard audio. It gives you unidirectional, noise cancellation, digital, etc. So this is good if you're doing, let's say, vlogging or want to get CD noise. The Sony can change out the AA batteries. That makes it professional in my opinion. The DJI and the Saramonic, as far as I know, once the battery dies, you have to have it replaced, hopefully by either DJI or Saramonic. So hopefully other companies are listening to fellow YouTuber Curtis Judd, Professional Audio, is saying that we need to be able to replace the batteries in our devices so it doesn't become landfill, which I agree with. But for this video, we are talking about how do you lose this little flimsy cable going into a flimsy audio in on your camera that's not made to be taken in and out multiple times. And this little inexpensive cable could really mess up your audio. Having the direct to Sony hot shoe adapter, it's digital in, it's clean, it's robust, it's made for on and off, it's made for flashes, it's made for audio, it's made for data. So DJI and Saramonic are the first companies other than Sony to have their own direct-to-Sony audio. Sony is phenomenal, world-class professional audio, but hopefully the Sony new versions of this has 32-bit float on the receiver that's on the hot shoe, and I think it would be amazing if they also have the timecode. So if Sony is randomly watching this video and you're coming out soon or sometime soon with a new wireless system that has 32-bit float and timecode, please send me a message. I would love to be one of the first people to use it because audio is something I had to learn from a photography background. I knew nothing about audio. I didn't know about gain. I didn't know about peaking. And I learned quickly that I need 32-bit float because of my voice. I need to be able to bring down my audio. In a similar vein to photography, when you capture in RAW, you can bring down your highlights and bring up your shadows with minimal noise. In the audio world, if you don't have 32-bit float and you're doing 24, if you go above the 24 or above the peak, it's unusable audio. And for about a year or so, I was being told that I'm blowing out my audio. So I was on the quest in 2024 to get better at audio. And starting off with the DJI Mic 2, my audio is better. Starting off again with the Rode handheld mic, which also has 32-bit float. And at trade shows, this mic gave me the ability to keep my mouth shut if I was going to this person. And I wouldn't cut them off. So for those that can't read the room or can't stop talking, the little tip that I'm doing for myself is even though I'm doing wireless audio to the FX3 back there with the Saramonic Ultra, I'm also recording 32-bit float with the Rode interview mic that has 32-bit float, which allows me to stop talking and ask this person a question. Where are we right now? Hey, my name's Walter. We are at the VizTech in Toronto, Canada with Jack in the background getting B-roll. I really enjoy this place. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. So this is what I use to stop talking. So today's video, and close, 3 systems currently. Sony UWP has this, which I'll have pop up, to go directly into your Sony. The Sony uses AA batteries. Sony, you're able to do 2 audio ins with lavaliers, XLR, handheld, or any combination that you want. So Sony is professional. Non-wireless, Sony has some direct-to-hot shoe wireless, which is kick butt. DJI Mic 2 has 32-bit float, works natively with the DJI Pocket 3, which I'm having this audio right here, natively working with that. Has 32-bit float, has this kick butt charger, and can do dual 2. And after this was released, they came out with the Sony adapter. I like using Timecode, so I got lucky. Saramonic Ultra has 32-bit float audio. So to close, the Saramonic Ultra has 32-bit float with Timecode. That's the difference between the Saramonic and the DJI. Is the Saramonic has Timecode. It now has direct-to-hot shoe. Sony has a built-in charger, dual channel. And the very last, since I have these multiple videos going on, is this is what I have to clean my lenses and stuff. But then I watched a YouTube video review of the WOLFBOX air duster. The thing about the WOLFBOX air duster is you can control the air. And if you really need to get something clean, it really gets something clean. So this is, I'm going from this, which is only 1, to this, which is infinite. I can have the same amount of air as this little thing, or I can really clean up something. So this is the little side note. And then the last side note is I have, this is new. This is a Sony monitor that's basically has HDMI and USB-C to control your camera and the track focus. And then always do a gray card. And also have good lavalier mics. And this is the newest lavalier mic I have. Is called the ECM L1. This is something that's supposed to be phenomenal low noise. And this concludes, and Jack comes over here. And just to close this out with an example, I'm Walter Van Dusen. I'm at VizTech, just to show you what I do at a trade show. If I was interviewing with multiple cameras, I would just do an opening question. What is your name and what do you do at VizTech?
Hey, my name is Jack. I'm the content creator here at VizTech. We put videos out on YouTube. Check them out.
This is why I use a handheld mic. So this is Jack. This is the reason why I came in a day early to come to Toronto and spend the day with Jack. And this concludes. If you have any questions, or if you're in Canada and you want to go to a really good camera store, what camera store are we at now?
We are at VizTech in Toronto, but there are places across Canada. So check out our website, viztech.ca, and check out our YouTube channel, which is also VizTech, VISTEK. Thanks for having me, Walter.
And the last question, don't you guys have an annual trade show?
Yeah, we actually do have an annual trade show. It's called Profusion, and it typically happens during November, early November. So check out the website, profusion.ca. It might be .com, I can't quite remember, but just type Profusion Expo 2025, and you should find that exactly.
This is why I have a handheld mic. This is why I have 32-bit float. Thank you very much.
Rock on. Thanks, Walter. That was great.
Not bad. It's clean, right?